Welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if it's your first time here. My name is Troy, and every Friday at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, I share my top 5 dividend stocks of the week with my subscribers.
I just want to do something useful with my life.
Now, this isn't your typical run-of-the-mill top 5 list you'll find scattered all over YouTube, but instead I pride myself on providing my subscribers a high-quality list of dividend stocks that not only keep paying quickly growing passive income, but also have a history of outperforming the market while doing so.
Wow, the trifecta.
This week, I took my beginning list of 141 stocks that had ex-dividend dates between May 6th and May 10th and put them to the test.
I like tests.
The first test required them to not only pay, but continue growing their dividend for at least 5 years, which narrowed that initial list down to 54 stocks. The final test put them up against the market, requiring outperformance over the past handful of years, which only 13 or 9.22% of the original 141 stock list were able to complete. Those 13 stocks I was left with were combed through and narrowed down to the 5 you'll see in today's video.
The best of the best of the best, sir.
Now, while I'm very confident in my picks this week, I want to make sure you're using this video as intended. My intention for this video is to provide my subscribers with a source of dependable and quality dividend stock information to be used as a springboard into your own due diligence. My intention for this video is not for the information in this video to be used as financial advice or a reason for you to blindly follow a YouTuber and take these videos as stock suggestions without doing your own research first.
Understood?
So if you agree to use these videos for their intended purpose, feel free to click that subscribe button and ring the bell so you get notified when these videos and my other dividend related content goes live. And while you're down there, click on that little thumbs up button as it helps me continue to grow my channel. With all that being said, let's see which stock leads off this week's list. Coming in at number 5 on this week's list is Nexstar Media Group, stock ticker NXST. NXST is a quarterly payer in the communication services sector, paying $6.76 per share per year with a forward dividend yield of 4.25%. NXST has been paying and growing its dividend over the last 12 years. They have a 3-year dividend growth rate of 34.11%, a 5-year dividend growth rate of 29.52%, and a payout ratio of 39.54%. At the time of recording, Nexstar Media Group was actually trading 15.16% off of their 52-week high. They have an ex-dividend date of May 9th with a payout date of May 24th. And looking here at this chart, you're going to be able to see the growth of $10,000 invested into NXST versus the S&P 500 with and without dividends reinvested. Up here at the top, we can see that NXST would have turned into $49,336.69 compared to the S&P bringing back $32,570.44. That's a difference of $16,766.25. Down here at the bottom, we have the same chart over the same amount of time, but this time without reinvesting your dividends, where NXT would have turned into $45,560.74 compared to the S&P bringing back $30,056.62. That's a difference of $15,504.12. And the difference between reinvesting your dividends and not reinvesting those dividends in NXST over the past 10 years would have been $3,775.95. Next up on the list is number 4, and that's Parker Hannifin, stock ticker PH. PH is a quarterly payer in the industrial sector, paying $6.52 per share per year with a forward dividend yield of 1.18%. Now, Parker Hannifin's been paying and growing this dividend over the last 68 years. They still have a 3-year dividend growth rate of 18.93%, a 5-year dividend growth rate of 14.26%, and a payout ratio of just 23.92%. At the time of recording, Parker Hannifin was trading 2.9% off of their 52-week high. They have an ex-dividend date of May 9th with a payout date of June 7th. And that $10,000 investment into Parker Hannifin 10 years ago with the dividends being reinvested would have turned into $53,845.44, which outperforms the S&P by $21,275. The $10,000 investment 10 years ago in Parker Hannifin without reinvesting those dividends would have turned into $48,006.80. That outperforms the S&P by $17,950.18. And the difference between reinvesting your dividends and not reinvesting your dividends was $5,838.64. Coming in with the bronze medal this week at number 3 is Waste Connections, stock ticker WCN. WCN is a quarterly payer in the industrial sector, paying $1.14 per share per year with a forward dividend yield of 0.7%. WCN's been paying and growing their dividend over the last 14 years. They have a 3-year dividend growth rate of 11.46%, a 5-year dividend growth rate of 12.48%, and a payout ratio of 20.8%. At the time of recording, Waste Connections was trading 5.52% off of their 52-week high. They have an ex-dividend date of May 7th with a payout date of May 23rd. And that $10,000 investment in Waste Connections 10 years ago with reinvesting your dividends would have brought back $59,663.44, which outperformed the S&P 500 by $27,093. The $10,000 investment into WCN without reinvesting the dividends would have brought back $57,261.98, which outperforms the S&P by $27,205.36. And the difference between reinvesting your dividends and not reinvesting your dividends into Waste Connections was $2,401.46. And quickly, before we get to my top 2 stocks, please make sure you guys are leaving a like on this video, as it's a free way for you guys to help me continue to grow the channel. I'm going to set a goal for 50 likes in this video, and I really want to see if we can hit it.
You can do it!
And lastly, at the end of this episode, I want to hear from you guys. Do you guys happen to own any of the stocks mentioned in today's video? And if not, which ones piqued your interest? I really enjoyed the comments I received in last week's video, and I look forward to your responses and your reactions to these next 2 stocks. The runner-up on this week's list, coming in at number 2, is Rollins, stock ticker ROL. ROL is a quarterly payer in the industrial sector, paying 60 cents per share per year with a forward dividend yield of 1.34%. Rollins has been paying and growing their dividend over the last 22 years. They have a 3-year dividend growth rate of 32.64%, a 5-year dividend growth rate of 16.89%, and a payout ratio of 54.21%. At the time of recording, Rollins was trading 5.37% off of their 52-week high. They have an ex-dividend date of May 9th with a payout date of June 10th. And $10K into Rollins 10 years ago while reinvesting your dividends would have brought back $57,502.98. That was $24,932.54 better than the S&P 500. And $10K into Rollins 10 years ago while not reinvesting your dividends would have brought back $53,754.47, which is $23,697.85 more than the S&P 500. And you would have had $3,748.51 more by reinvesting your dividends into Rollins versus not reinvesting your dividends into Rollins. And here it is, number 1, you made it. My number 1 stock of the week is Comfort Systems USA, stock ticker FIX. FIX is a quarterly payer in the industrial sector, paying $1.20 per share per year with a forward dividend yield of 0.4%. FIX has been paying and growing this dividend over the last 12 years. They have a 3-year dividend growth rate of 28.6%, a 5-year dividend growth rate of 21.46%, and a very low payout ratio at just 9.28%. And you might have a good opportunity here because at the time of recording, Comfort Systems USA was trading 9.92% off of their 52-week high. They have an ex-dividend date of May 10th with a payout date of May 24th. And as you can see, here's where this one gets wild. A $10,000 investment into FIX 10 years ago while only reinvesting your dividends since would have brought back $216,648.13, which outperforms the S&P 500 by a modest $184,077.69. And $10,000 investment into FIX 10 years ago without reinvesting your dividends still would have turned into $202,576.88, which outperforms by $172,520.26. And the difference between reinvesting your dividends and not reinvesting your dividends with Comfort Systems USA would have been $14,071.25. And just like that, you just saw my top 5 stocks for the week of May 6th through May 10th, and I want to know, do you guys own any of the stocks mentioned in today's video, or did any of them pique your interest? Let me know all about it in the comments down below. Now, if you happen to miss this video when it was released and the dates I mentioned have already passed, don't worry, there are 2 things you can do to avoid this in the future. You could simply remember that the stock market opens at 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, and that these videos come out 30 minutes before that and show the best stocks for the following week. And in order to get a jump on some great stock ideas, you need to find that one guy on YouTube that puts out those awesome lists.
So what are the other options?
Or you could just subscribe and ring that little bell so you get notified when these videos go live on YouTube, if that sounds easier.
That's good. Let's go with that one.
And before you go, make sure you did your part and click that little like button so you can help me hit that 50 like goal. And if you want to see how simple yet effective filters can help you find your next dividend gem, make sure you check out this video. But until next time, see ya.